Hello lovely people. Today I am so excited about this video. We are using the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. Looks like so. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but we are duping it. So one eye is Patrick Ta eyeshadow and the other eye is drugstore. You guys, come on. Which eye you think is which? We've got the left, we've got the right, and they look identical, legitimately identical. So I show you guys 3 palette dupes in this video, but the one I used today was, drumroll please, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. So looks like this. I mean, really easy to dupe this palette. I personally don't like the shades right here. They're just too dark for me. I don't know, I'm not a fan of them. I've had this palette for a couple weeks. I've used it multiple times. Is the palette good? Yeah, it's good. There is quite a bit of fallout with the shimmer shades, the metallics, but it is a good palette. Do I think it's worth $68, $70? No. No, I don't. That is why we're duping this. I do a full tutorial with both of these. One on one eye, one on the other eye, and then I show you 2 more palettes that can easily dupe this. I mean, it's just a basic palette and I don't think it's worth $70. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you're new here, I want to let you know that I use only natural lighting, so you guys are going to see everything exactly as it is, step-by-step tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you stop and do that now. If you like dupes videos, then go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It really does help me out. So yeah, I'm gonna hush and let's get to duping. Okay guys, let's get into it. My eyes are already primed and set with concealer. And like I said, I have been using this for a couple weeks now. And this was the shade I was drawn to most. But it doesn't look like that at all. Like, this looks like a very warm, almost red brick kind of, I mean, not red, but like brick type of shade. And it's just not. This is it right here. Yeah, it's not. But that's what we're gonna start with. I have 2 of the same brushes right here. So let's go ahead and stick this in our crease. So this is gonna go on our left eye. So I'm just gonna put this down and then circular motions. Like you can see, it's kind of just a brown. It's not, I don't know, it doesn't have the color I was really looking for, which sucks. But luckily, I have several other palettes that do. All right, now in the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm gonna take this shade. I'm just gonna use the mirror in the Patrick Ta palette. And then same thing. So we're doing just the same thing, blending, kind of laying it down back and forth, and then circular motions up. I definitely had too much on my brush, but that is okay. We're just gonna try to keep blending here. I forgot how pigmented the Jaclyn Hill palette is, you guys. I'm gonna go back in one more time over here just to make them match. Okay, now to blend it out, I'm just gonna use the same brush because why not? Actually, no. Okay, so I'm going to take the Sigma E40 and I also have the Morphe M535. They're pretty similar. And then we're gonna put this above it just to blend it out. All right, now in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and we're gonna go in with this one right here. That's what I was saying, like in this palette, they look different in the pan than they actually do on the eyes. Then I'm gonna grab the brush we had before, we'll take the darker shade. We're gonna put this on the outer corner. Between these two shades right here, there's not a lot of difference. Like this one ends up just kind of being a dark brown as well. It's odd, but true. Keeping it right on the outer corner and then into the crease just a little baby bit. All right, Jaclyn Hill palette, we're gonna go in with this shade. Switching my brush out. And these two shades are just flat out identical, you guys. In fact, with this shade, the one in the Jaclyn Hill palette blends out better. And I'm not doing a crazy look. I just want you guys to see that you can get these looks with different palettes, very affordable palettes, over and over and over. So here is what we have so far. Now we are going to take this shade right here in the Patrick Ta palette on the finger. This one can be kind of chunky, kind of fall all over your face. So I'm trying to tap my finger off. We are just tapping it onto the lid. And still it fell all over my face. How awesome. Wow. Oh man, there's so much fallout in this palette, you guys. Okay, then in the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm gonna take this guy right here. Now with this one, I'm gonna top it because this one has a bit more warmth in it, but not quite as much as this one. So I'm just gonna dab my finger in there and then put it right over top. These mattes I could find 10 times over. It was a little bit harder to find this shimmer shade, which is odd, but we did it. Like, it's pretty easy, you guys. Now, I'm gonna take a pencil brush and go in with this shade right here in the Patrick Ta palette and highlight the inner corner. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this one right on top because the other one's more of a matte with like a glitter in it. It's just weird. I'm gonna take this one right here in the Jaclyn Hill palette and do the same thing. And then on the lower lash, I'm just gonna take a bit of the dark brown, tap it off, and then run it tightly underneath with this shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And just doing the same thing, running it underneath. These are just really common shades. So here's our look. I'm gonna go throw on a pair of lashes and some mascara, and then we will be back to finish talking about this palette, and I'm gonna show you guys a couple other dupes as well. Okay, so I threw on a lip. I put on MAC's Ladybug, and then I put some, wow, you guys, I cannot talk today. I cannot even think. I have it in my hand and literally just could not even say it. Huh. I threw on some brown liner on the lower lash line. So this is what we have. This is Patrick Ta. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. You guys, come on, they look the same. They really, really do. It's crazy. You need to spend $70 on a palette? No. Of course, you have two creams in here. I don't even like these. I think they're both too dark for what I would use a cream shadow with. Also, I'm really sorry if the lighting was a bit off with the clip of the whole tutorial pretty much. Again, I am a jackass and didn't have the door open for the light. So I'm so sorry about that if it is that way. But everything else can be duped in this palette, you guys. You might have to find a palette or two, but like you see, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I used 6 of these shades. And they were all in the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm gonna show you, we used the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm gonna show you a couple others that you can dupe with this as well. the LA Girl Break Free palette. This doesn't have some of the shimmers, but as far as the matte shades go, you can absolutely get this look out of that. It's just really easy to dupe this. It's such a basic palette. But you have your darker shade. This one, in my opinion, is even prettier than the one in the Patrick Ta palette, but the shimmers are a bit different in here. You still have a bronze and a copper. And then another Morphe palette is the Morphe 3502. This is the one I was originally going to use, but this shade I broke. You have legit everything in this palette plus way more shades. So this 100% can dupe this. You guys, go through your collection because I guarantee you have palettes already that will dupe this palette and you do not need to pay $70. If there was something really special about this formula, then maybe I could see spending $70, but there's not. I mean, these two, which are like topper shades, they're just those kind of matte shades with shimmer in them. This one, I've used it. It's okay. It can be like an easy one shadow look, but it's just kind of okay. These two kind of just look like glitters, and if you wanted to really amp this up, like you could throw this one on top. But there's also liquid glitters you can use. I'm sure you have some on hand. I think the one that looks most like this is one from Pixie. It's kind of that clear multicolored glitter in it. But again, looks identical. You can dupe this. You do not have to pay $70. It is not anything crazy. It's not anything special. It's just an eyeshadow palette. And the formula, yes, it's good. But again, drugstore palettes, I mean, they're so much cheaper and they have great formulas too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, I hope you subscribe and click that bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Let me know if you guys want to see more dupes and what of, because I can do that. I mean, $70, $10 to $20. I mean, huge price difference. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you later. Bye guys.